Hi guys, welcome back to Wicket. I'm Najee,
And I'm Naba.
and yeah, today we're going to talk about the England versus Australia series. But before we get started, if you like this video, please smash that like button and also subscribe if you haven't already done so. I was having a quick look at our channel, and we have about like 40% of you guys who actually aren't subscribed. So yeah, if you like our content, please do subscribe. Yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, obviously, as you guys know, tonight the England versus Australia series is coming up, and it's going to be a big series. You have two pretty much full strength sides going up against each other. Obviously, you have England, who've got a pretty much their full strength side. Obviously, they don't have Stokes and
Roy.
Roy, and Australia pretty much have all of the players, I would say, for their full strength team. And I don't know. What do you think are the key players that you're gonna be looking out for, like on the England side, that do you think are gonna have a big impact this T20 series?
Yeah, T20, I guess on the England side, probably I guess Milan, maybe Archer and Wood with the ball. They're coming back now. And I think Milan's a really good find for them in that middle period. He's averaging like 55 in 10, 15 games, something like that.
Yeah,
Every time he gets a chance, he's pretty much scored runs. And he starts a little bit slow, maybe 10 off 10, but he ends up like 60 off like 40 or something like that. So he's a good find for them in the middle. There's a little bit of controversy surrounding that Joe Root wasn't picked for the 2020 side, but it's sort of valid. If Milan is scoring runs, it's hard to fit, I guess, Joe Root into that side.
but isn't Denley in the squad?
Denny's in the squad, yeah, but Denny can be in the squad. If he's not in the squad, doesn't really matter. He's not going to play.
Yeah, and I think Jared probably should still be in the squad there somewhere, but
But Denny's not there
Yeah.
as a batsman. Denny's there as like a number 7. When he plays in
Yeah.
the 2020, he bats like 6 or 7 and just bowl. He actually bowls a little bit. Yeah. So
interesting.
that's not really a like for like.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think, I guess if we switch over to the Australian side, probably a couple of the main players that we'll be looking at, or that I think are going to be having an impact, probably,
For the 2020s.
yeah, for the 2020s. Probably looking at, I think, Alex Carey. He's been batting really well. He did pretty well in that trial, or the inter squad games that they're having, and besides that, like, he's been pretty relatively consistent in Big Bash and limited overs cricket as well. He's been a pretty good find for Australia, and his glove work is pretty decent as well. He looks, to be honest, he actually reminds me a lot of Mike Hussey when he bats. But yeah, he's a really nice looking batsman to watch, and I think he'll do well this tour. Another person I guess I'm looking out for, probably, Stephen Smith. I think he's been hitting the ball pretty well. I feel like every time it comes to England versus Australia, he seems to like just take it up the next gear. So I'm backing that, with him being back there in England, that he'll probably like make some sort of impact as well in the series. We do have they do have some exciting bowls as well. Australia with Riley Meredith. He's pretty quick. For those of you who don't know him, he's played Big Bash for quite some time with Hobart Hurricanes. He's a relatively quick bowler. He does have a very heavy, sort of skiddy sort of delivery. To be honest, I don't know, doesn't he remind you a little bit of Ferguson?
Like Lucky Ferguson.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit? Yeah. I was thinking about the other day, like, even like his build and stuff and the way he bowls.
Yeah.
He actually reminds me a little bit of like a skiddy sort of quick bowler. Different to someone like Jofra Archer.
Yeah.
He's a bit more like hit the deck.
Mm.
But I think he's also going to be pretty exciting. I know, do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he will be. I mean, he's gotten Steve Smith out like 3 times after facing him 3 times, got him out all 3 times. So, and Steve Smith, doesn't matter what the format, he's one of the best batsmen in the world. So, and he got him out with a pretty ferocious bouncer in that period, in that inter squad game. So yeah, he's definitely a good find, and yeah, of course, Alex Carey, big fan of him since that World Cup. He's just really like excelled his game. He's gone up to another notch.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
He might be a little bit disappointed that he got dropped from the vice captaincy, but I think he's good enough to just be there as really, just a batsman, but he's obviously keeping too. Yeah. I think also it'll be a big series for Adam Zampa. I think Australia still haven't fully trusted him as like the selectors haven't. I feel like he's always dropped first at the first sign of trouble, and they go with the safe option of like Nathan Lyon or another off spinner or something. But I think they have to give him a long run through. They need a leg spinner in that side, and they need to give him some faith and really let him loose. And hopefully he'll do well. He's a good bowler. Yeah,
he's a good bowler. You know, I remember some of the deliveries he got out. I think he got Kohli out. I remember it would have been a bit of time ago now. A couple of good deliveries, but you know he's a pretty good bowler, especially for limited overs because he bowls that flat trajectory. And he's usually like pretty like stump to stump a lot of the time. So he gets LBWs and bowls a lot of the time. I think we can see nowadays in world cricket, you know, having a wrist spinner really does well. Like most of the good sides do actually have a wrist spinner, and it goes a long way because if you got a wrist spinner, they put a lot of pressure on the batting lineup. It just becomes hard to, especially if the spinners go. You know, these days most of the spinners have variations like rung-ins and top spinners and stuff like that. It becomes difficult if they find their area. It starts to become really difficult for the batsman to be able to score or even know which way the ball is turning, and it also takes pressure off the seamers. I would say if you have a good spinner, but I think Zampa's been good. There's no reason why he wouldn't do well in this series as well. But I guess we'll just have to see. Look, I think overall, England are probably going to be slightly... They are going to be slightly weaker without Roy and Stokes, obviously. Roy is pretty big in terms of opening. You know, he really gets that jump start that you need in a T20 or any white ball cricket. And obviously Stokes not being there is pretty big too. Mainly because... You know, even if he's not batting or bowling well, he still drags the team along, or he motivates them in tight spots. And him without him being there, puts pressure on other players to capitalize that. You can't really replace him not being there. It's very difficult to. It's not possible to replace because he brings that much to the team. But I think those two are big enough losses. And I think, I guess having a look at the overall sides, they're both really good sides. But I think, what do you think? Well, final predictions are probably, I would say, favouring Australia, for me anyway.
Yeah, I believe Australia will win 2-1, something like that. Obviously, both sides have very strong top order batsmen of Bairstow, Buttler and Finch and Warner. And that'll be a big telling point on who scores the most runs. Obviously, middle orders are both... I think England's middle order probably wins a bit over Australia's because Maxwell and Stoinis, although they did well in the inter-squad game, they haven't scored many runs international for a while. And then if you look down to the bowlers, I think, again, it's probably pretty even, but Australia probably gets the cut there because of Stark and Cummins and and Zampa, I guess. So probably I'd say Australia 2-1 without Stokes and Roy playing for England.
Well, there's definitely going to be some exciting games, and we're really looking forward to seeing the challenge that happens in this series. And then obviously following that, we have the ODI series. So some are going to be exciting couple of weeks of cricket. And fingers crossed doesn't rain for this series. Obviously with the Pakistan series, it was a pretty good T20 series, but 1-1 at the end, with rain affecting that first game. So it was a bit disappointing, but hopefully that doesn't happen in this series. But I guess we'll probably just have to see. I think that's probably all from me. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, that's it. Just hopefully you see good cricket from two of the strongest nations, like excluding India, of course. Very two of the strongest nations in any form of cricket, really. Going at it. It's always a good rivalry between them. So hopefully you see some good cricket.
Alright, well, keep a lookout for other videos. We did a couple of other videos on GoPro footage recently, so check them out if you haven't already. And yeah, again, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, if you have any comments on what you think is going to happen this series, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, see you guys later.
It's all about humanity.